I got in my car to drive home after a party, but the second I gripped the wheel, I realized I was too drunk to drive. I climbed into the back seat so I could sleep and drive home sober, but hours later, a cop woke me up shining his flashlight. "Have you been drinking and driving?" I rolled down the window with my head pounding. "No, officer, I am indeed drunk, but I haven't driven at all. I'm sleeping so I can wake up and drive home only when I'm sober." But the cop leaned closer. "Well, being drunk in the vehicle and planning to drive is still a crime. I'm gonna need you to step out." I was tired and confused and showed him the car keys in my pocket. But these weren't even in the ignition. I wasn't planning to drive until I was sober, but he just motioned his hand for me to step out. I was frustrated and flailed my arms. "This is bullcrap. Would you rather me actually drive drunk instead of sleeping or something?" He must have felt threatened because he pulled his pistol out and aimed it inches from my head. I instantly froze. I couldn't believe this was happening, and as he cuffed me, people from the party gathered on the front lawn. "What's happening?" "Your buddy here wanted to drive drunk." The lifelong friends I'd been partying with watched me get shoved into the police cruiser, and I could tell by their faces they now saw me as a drunk driver. 3 weeks later, I was standing in court, and the judge looked at me. "You're facing 18 months in prison for driving under the influence, Mr. Moore." The cop stood smirking on the other side. He claimed he caught me while driving, but when it was my turn, I told the full truth. I was drunk, but never drove. I slept to sober up. My keys weren't in the ignition. The judge looked at the footage from the Ring doorbell and watched the cop harass me. "Did you really pull a gun on a man for choosing not to drive drunk?" The cop stammered and went pale. "But he was keeping himself and others safe," the judge interrupted. "Case dismissed." He banged his gavel, then looked up at the cop one last time. I find this case pretty rich coming from an officer with a DUI on his own record. The cop froze, while I stood there twirling my car keys and laughing.